UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer held a call with US President Donald Trump to discuss the latest developments in the US-led mediation efforts on Ukraine, a French official in fact informed. According to the official, the leaders welcomed the efforts undertaken to achieve a robust and lasting peace in Ukraine and to put an end to the killings. The official added that the intensive work is ongoing and will continue in the coming days as mediation efforts move forward. The leaders also agreed that this is a crucial moment for Ukraine, for its people, and for the shared security of the Euro-Atlantic region, underscoring the importance of continued coordination among key partners. As European officials work closely with Washington on Ukraine, Trump's interview published on Tuesday revealed widening strains in transatlantic ties. US President Donald Trump criticized Europe's handling of immigration and the war in Ukraine, describing the region as decaying and weak, comments that come amid growing unease between Washington and several long-standing allies. So, Aditya, obviously, even though we are seeing that there are a lot of cracks in this alliance, we are seeing that people of these countries are still in talks with the US. They want a peace plan in place for the Russia-Ukraine war.
Well, absolutely, indeed. These are the key European allies. The Merz, German Chancellor, UK PM Starmer, and French PM President Emmanuel Macron. Indeed, all of them are clearly standing in support of Ukraine, and they want that there should be a comprehensive peace plan between Russia and Ukraine, and that is why they are inviting US President Donald Trump, so that this could materialize. But however, things are looking very, very complex at this juncture also, because only talks are going on. On the hindsight, both the countries, Russia and Ukraine, are attacking each other with drones and missiles. So the situation is not looking anytime soon that the tensions between the two countries could diffuse very, very rapidly. So indeed, it has now become a very, very complex war as far as this war is concerned, and it needs to be seen how things unfold in this scenario going forward. Vani.
Absolutely, Aditya. In fact, stay on with us. We've got a response from US President Donald Trump regarding that meeting. US President Donald Trump has stated that he raised the situation in Ukraine in pretty strong words during a call with leaders of France, Germany and the United Kingdom, noting that Washington is awaiting further input from its European partners before determining its next course of action. Trump described the three leaders as very good leaders, very good friends of mine, and said that their discussion centered largely on Ukraine. And we discussed Ukraine in pretty strong words, and we'll see what happens. I mean, we are waiting to hear answers before we progress, he said, indicating that the US response will hinge on how Europe engages in the diplomatic process. He added that the European leaders had invited the United States to a meeting in Europe over the weekend. They would like us to go to a meeting over the weekend in Europe, and we'll make a determination depending on what they come back with, Trump said. When questioned about President Volodymyr Zelensky's participation, he responded that the meeting would be with Zelensky and us. So, Aditya, we are seeing that Trump has also given a positive response. However, he said that however these European countries and leaders react, then US would take its next course of action. He's also said that they all are going to meet over the weekend regarding Ukraine again.
Well, definitely, Shivani, to see, US President Donald Trump is now waiting the response of these European allies, what stance they take, what plan of action they have, and accordingly, the Trump will take decisions as far as this Russia-Ukraine war is concerned. Now, considerably, we have seen there have been multiple rounds of talks between the European counterparts and the American president. However, still till date, there has been no concrete and practical plans, to how to stop this Russia-Ukraine war. Parallelly, it's become a mockery that, on one side, these peace talks are going on, and on the other side, both countries are attacking each other with drones and missiles. So it becomes very impractical, to hold these discussions again and again, the successive round of talks, which is resulting in no positive consequence for Russia and Ukraine. And indeed, as each day passes, the escalation between the two countries is growing with, repercussions for other countries also, which are, which have a geographical proximity with Ukraine, like Romania. So indeed, at this juncture, situation is complex, and it needs to be seen what steps are announced by the European leaders and US President Donald Trump.
All right. Thank you so much, Aditya, for all those details on that story. With that, we've come to the end of this bulletin. We'll see you after this very short commercial.